greetings put aside John, and Luke talked about the current news all over the galaxy. Plus, the fall of the Empire, the return of the Galactic Senate, the reformation of the New Republic Army, and some other news like the fall of the crime syndicates, the destruction of Imperial remnants, and the arrest of Moff Gideon. John returned the favor by giving Luke the events of the Galactic War and the Jedi Purge along his time dodging and running from the Imperial Inquisitors and their Jedi hunts. Luke shared his story and lineage as John gave his. Now back to this planet in a galaxy far, far away. Remnant Emerald Forest. Luke, will you help me rebuild the Order? Jaune, no. Luke was stunned at the quick response. Luke, why? Don't you want the Jedi to return? John, everything happens for a reason, Skywalker. With trace amounts of venom in his voice. Luke was put off by the animosity. Luke, please, I just wish to build a new Jedi Academy, not a temple. John, you're gonna re-establish their way of thinking? No thanks. Luke, please, I'm appealing to your previous Jedi loyalty. John, everything they did from the Old Republic up to now was a mistake. I studied the history of the Jedi during my tenure before the Purge. Do you know what I found? Luke looks interested. John, nothing but hubris. Believing that their way is the only way and nothing else. I respected the Mandalorians for their solidarity, but not their thirst for battle. Tell me, did you find any students? Luke, there was one, from the same species as Master Yoda. John and Luke, I questioned if his heart was in it, and I presented him with a choice. John, and how old is this student? Luke, past 50 years old. John, then it's just a baby? What in the world are you thinking, giving it a choice? Luke took a step back at the anger. John, what did you ask? Luke, if he would choose attachment and go back to his Mandalorian caretaker, or choose the Jedi training to take control of his powers. John, great, give a baby a decision that should be given to a mature mind. You do know that the Jedi basically kidnaps children that exhibit Force abilities. Luke, I didn't know. John, there's a lot of things the Council never tells. If you're serious in doing right and rebuilding the Order, I suggest you break away from their flawed ways and let the Force guide you to the right path. Luke, I see. I have much to learn. I will take your advice and put it into practice. John, so where's this so-called student of yours? Luke, he ran away. John, that's to be expected. When you gave him a choice of his parent and you, even I would choose my parent. It was a no-brainer. Luke, say I made a mistake. John, your mistake is thinking that attachment is the cause of an individual's fall to the dark side. You of all people should know. In recorded history, a lot of great Jedi and Jedi Masters had attachments. They even had families even when they were inducted to the Order. The Republic was saved from the threat of Darth Malak by the attachment of Bastila Shan to Revan. Exar Kun was defeated by the Jedi due to the betrayal of Ulic Teldroma's attachment to his brother. The galaxy was saved by the Rebel Alliance by your attachment to your father Darth Vader. Luke was shocked by these revelations. John, I had access to redacted and censored Jedi holocrons during my time on Coruscant, and what I did with my spare time was study. Do you know the tale of Revan the Redeemed? Luke shakes his head no. John, it is something the Jedi Council and the other Masters won't tell you. After his time as a Sith Lord and his redemption, Revan possessed a new view of the Force in both its light and dark sides. These new beliefs put him at odds with the Council. Revan believed the Jedi were wrong in regards to controlling emotion and forbidding attachments. He thought that in the same way that the Sith used their hatred and anger to increase power in the dark side, a Jedi could rely on love and happiness to strengthen their connection to the light side. Revan offered to share his new understanding with the Force with the rest of the Order, which caused some Masters on the Council to banish him. The council was still stuck in its old ways and couldn't accept that the Force evolved beyond their teachings. Luke, I wish to learn more, but I need to tend to my academy. I will use the principles you've revealed to me and be better than what the old order that messed up. Jaune, may the Force be with you. Luke, and so it be with you. I hope our paths may cross again. Jaune, for my home planet's sake, I hope not. I don't want Darksiders, Inquisitors, or Sith coming by here. Luke, alright, I wish you well with your life here, Sentinel. Jaune, before you go, can you tell me what planet you chose? Luke scanned around for any interlopers and none can be found. Luke, Yavin 4. The air grew cold around them as Luke looked at an angered Sentinel in shock. Jaune, Yevin? Yavin. That planet is the resting place of previous powerful Sith Lords of the Old Republic, Nagasato, and where the Council imprisoned the spirit of a powerful fallen Jedi, Exar Kun. Pick another planet. Luke was shocked to hear this. Jaune calmed down as he realized that Luke was not raised in the Order and was not given the blessing of Jedi knowledge. Hun, I'm sorry. If you are trying to renew the Order, find a planet that isn't plagued by the Siths of the past. Luke, I'll take note of that, and thank you for the warning. That was a close one. Jaune nods as Luke turns back and went to where his X-Wing was. Back to Beacon. Jaune sat in his office and tried to relax after he shut down his hidden ship systems. He then opened a book and gets ready for his future missions with Ojpin. The tale about the maidens. After a few hours, he received a text from his scroll that he was needed to meet with a certain maiden and escort her back to Beacon. Jaune, sigh, why am I everyone's errand boy all of the sudden? Meanwhile, somewhere, Amber was hiding, sensing that something was wrong, avoided her path, and followed a weird pull taking her somewhere or to someone. Later, Luke, let's go back, R2. I think Grogu won't be coming back with us. R2, beep beep boop. Jaune, I know I messed up big time. The X-Wing life off and left the system, making sure no one followed him. Then something else went toward Remnant. Jaune, why the hell am I sensing another problem that's gonna crawl up my ass?